Hello everybody, in this video I'm going to be doing a brief analysis on the ARKG ETF, which is based on Genomic Revolution, and in case you didn't know, the Genomic Revolution is actually the idea of personalized or individualized medicines based on DNA, as well as a lot of other things such as RNA. And this is actually a really new ETF. I believe it just started on January 1st of this year, and this is actually ARK's third biggest ETF behind their Innovation ETF as well as the Internet, Next Generation Internet ETF, and it's actually up 119% year to date when the ETF started, and that's actually beating their bigger two ETFs, which was a little bit surprising to me when I first noticed this, but it's up 119%, whereas the other two are up, I think 107 and 109% right now. And next up, I wanted to take a look at probably what's the most important thing, which is some of their top holdings. Invitae is first. They analyze patient DNA. And then there's CRISPR, which is actually one of the top holdings in their Innovation ETF, which I'm actually invested in. And I actually have a couple of shares of CRISPR as well, just because they're kind of leading the field in innovation, and I think they're going to continue to grow really quickly. And then there's Illumina, which does DNA sequencing and genome analysis. And then there's Arcturus, I believe how you pronounce it, which does RNA-based medicines for liver and respiratory diseases. Those are the two big ones, at least. Then there's Compugen. Really don't know much about that one, actually, but they do therapeutics research. And then there's a few bioscience companies as well. And then there's just a few things I wanted to touch on here. Their net assets are 2.08 billion, so this is actually a pretty small ETF as far as net assets go. And then their expense ratio down at the bottom there is 0.75%, so it's an actively managed fund. So the actively managed fund can have an expense ratio close to 1%, so 0.75 is not too bad. And then if it were inactively managed, it would be close to 0%. It could be as low as 0.02%, but there can be a lot of pros to having it actively managed as well. And then just lastly, most of the companies in this ETF are not profitable, so if you do only like to invest in profitable companies, this is probably not the ETF for you, but the growth perspective here is just amazing. I do a lot of other brief analysis videos similar to this one, so be sure to come and check it out if you did enjoy it. Subscribe for more content, and thank you so much for watching to the end.